Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Dire Bear. I'm your host, JT, the Bard with no name. We'll be playing Falskallan Nights, but before we do that, we're going to go right to announcements. If you're ever in the Huntsville, Alabama area, make sure to head up Lucky Dice Cafe, where our local GM, Heath, plays all the time. Runs games, enjoy a drink, and everything else that goes with it. We also want to thank D&D Beyond for sponsoring us and making our lives so much easier with character sheets and creating everything. Uh, yeah. And if you're ever in, if you're ever bored on a certain day, we've got a game running. Sundays we have Varenheim with Juju and Given in there. Monday is Heath's usual showcase, but he is not doing anything until September, so we'll be excited to see what will happen there. Tuesday will be World at War. Wednesdays are with yours truly. Thursdays is a Knight's Ransom with Maddie. And Friday is not Dire Bear, but a local, a local, a friend of Dire Bear's, Breck, is running a game with, I believe, Given and Otter. That's right. Called Domain of the Old Gods. It is a matured themed show and horror themed, so be prepared to be spooked. And with that, that's enough with announcements. Let's get us into the game. So, you guys are on a pillar surrounded by a river of lava. You just fought a mage and a bunch of his underlings, and also released a man who was in chains. Ugh. So, he's the man with his gray flesh, scars all over, and just absolutely haggard looking. He's staring at you, looking fairly aggressive. Just absolute intensity in his eyes. With the chain around the mage's neck, what do you guys do?
Well, if I remember correctly, the only thing he said to us so far was thank you.
Yep. Well, thanks.
So, why did they have you chained up?
He's just gonna keep on staring at you. But don't have to answer to you.
I'm just curious.
He
We freed
stared.
you. You can at least owe us an explanation.
You didn't free me. You broke concentration. I broke myself out.
Oh shit, that's full bullshit. You would have been surrounded. What, were you put down by one spell? Come on.
He starts unwrapping the chain. He grabs the mage by the throat, lifts him up, pulls the amulet off, pulls an amulet off, and it's like just a basic green jewel in a silver locket, basic thing. See this? This locked me because he focused his powers through this.
Jewelry? The necklace?
Jewelry can be pretty powerful, Spleen.
Can confirm.
Halsterian and Howard make an Arcana check.
Oh, that's not amazing, but my bonus is so 16.
23.
23? Oh, jeez. I went to Juilliard. Oh.
Oh.
You recognize it as an amulet of focus. It basically ups the power of any kind of spell that the arcane caster person wants to focus on.
Makes it
It's
harder
not particularly rare, but they're hard to come by. And he's holding it in his hand. Just chucks it into the lava.
Well, okay. I guess
Focus for your hocus pocus.
I guess that works. Could have used that for something, I'm sure. Something less dastardly than whatever they
Also-
were up to.
Cameras, I'm Halsterian.
You are! I'm gonna fix that.
I just noticed. I was like,
Please mind us with technical difficulties.
Surprise, you're playing different characters.
And
Go.
I'm now from Juilliard. Oh, now stupid. Ah!
So, he's keeping his distance. He's gonna start making his way out on the other bridge that you guys came in on. So there was two bridges linking the jut in the middle of the lava flow. Sorry, magma. And he just starts walking away.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold on. You're just gonna walk away?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
No, I'm not gonna let you walk away. Sorry about that. She's gonna go after him and grab him.
Make a grapple check.
Okay. Oh, what's that again?
It's a
Athletics.
Athletics?
Yeah. It's just like, a shove attack. Athletics versus acrobatics or athletics. Huh? Go away.
19 total.
You stop him. He looks back. He shakes you off. I warn you,
Hey, hold
Don't.
on, buddy.
try me.
No, I like to try ya.
He gets down to your level. Don't try me. He pushes you back.
You shouldn't do that.
Make a who? Is that a athletics? Yeah. Make a strength saving throw.
Okay. What's 21?
21.
Yeah.
I rolled a natural 1.
Oh no.
But he gives you the tiniest push, and you just don't budge whatsoever. You're pretty much just one very short, sinewy person. Just
I'm beef jerky.
Fiery.
that too. He just looks.
Look, buddy, I like you. I like you a lot. But a small amount of time, you should be very, very happy about that. Well,
I
we got
imagine he's
questions.
been through a lot today. Maybe he needs some
So have
time
we.
to himself.
What, to pamper up? Oh, your highness? Fine, but we'll find you, okay? We'll find you.
Like to see
So,
you try. I like.
This guy might be able to answer some questions. We should probably keep him.
He just keeps on walking.
Can
Start
somebody
follow you.
following
potentially
him.
grab the chain?
And I follow you. I follow you.
Didn't he get out of the chain?
Nah, he still has the chain.
I was picturing it still
basically
like
cha-
hanging from his neck. I could be wrong though.
Okay.
He was
It's
chained
just-
up manacles via the wrists.
Yes.
So he was just kind of like free man hanging there.
Ah,
So that's how he was able to rip them right out of their.
yes.
I'm gonna
I
start
remember now.
following him.
Yep.
All right.
We just happen to be going the same way. Hmm.
So he keeps on. He keeps on walking. He doesn't ever acknowledge you whatsoever. And what time of day was it? It was coming around dusk when you guys came in
think so.
on this, right?
I think so.
So it's nightime's coming pretty soon. It doesn't look like he's stopped.
You planning on walking all night?
Where are you heading?
Make a survival check.
Me? All of
Anybody
us?
who
A natural
anybody who
20. What's my bonus?
See if I get higher than 0.
My bonus is 0, so it's just 20.
I just have 18.
I got a 5.
Yeah.
Well, you recognize he's going east.
I got a 25.
Nice. You recognize he's going east, and with everybody who rolled well above 20, well, actually above 15, know that there isn't anything in that direction whatsoever.
You just
Like,
going nowhere?
no civilization. It's just, what kind of land is it?
It's all wilderness. It's basically like Canadian Shield territory up there. So it's all rocks, very low moss, deciduous trees,
You just
lake,
Um,
marshlands.
going nowhere?
Not to change the subject and cause concern, but something just popped up for me on my Zoom meeting, and it is a little timer icon, and it says I have about 5 minutes remaining. Does anyone else
too.
see that?
Me too, I do have that.
Oh, I do
Remaining
have that.
meeting time.
Oh, thank you for.
Yeah.
I just thought I should let you know before it timed out, because I was
Computers.
afraid something would happen.
I will message Otter.
Yeah, I believe if we're using the right account to host, that just gets automatically extended, but that we'll see.
If that's the case, we'll go on break.
A little one.
So
I
there's
just thought I would point that out.
no good that you did. But there's basically no civilizations. You've heard of small nomadic tribes living in said spots, but I mean, there's no particular location.
As is usually the case with nomads.
Yep. You should know. You were one.
Oh, are
Each-
you a nomad too? Are you part of one of these tribes?
He doesn't say anything. He's just gonna keep on moving.
He's talking to you. She picks up a rock and throws it at him.
Are you planning to hit him?
Yeah.
Make an attack roll.
What's that? 19.
19.
Mm-hmm.
That hits him. Roll for damage. Roll a d4.
Okay. 4.
Or
Oh no.
he stops. He turns around. You see, he's pissed.
Given and I just like silently point at the other.
He
Point
walks
at
up.
Alsterian.
Yeah, we pointed him.
Alsterian, what the hell? I
He
was
walks
just
up.
yelling.
Very slowly. He starts spinning the chain.
Uh-oh.
He starts spinning
Uh-oh.
the other chain. He
I'm
stops.
gonna raise my hand and wait for whatever
He
he's
stops
doing.
right in front of Spleen. I was just about to say your name. I'm like, nope, word, Spleen. Stops in front of Spleen. I like you. I like you a lot. I like you enough not to kill you right now. Leave
Same for
me
you, buddy.
alone.
Oh, what? You just got this charismatic flow to you. I just want to be around you.
You're not going away, are you?
No. We want to stop this fire thing. Alright? We just killed a bunch of them. And then we found you. And, that's kind of suspicious.
I have nothing to do with any of this.
Why they have you all chained up and doing some voodoo thing with the jewelry?
They caught me. They used that amulet to hold me.
For what purpose?
Sacrifice? I don't know.
There was a bunch of other dipshits out in this freaking woods that they could have used, but yeah, they didn't. They chose you. Why?
Like I said, I don't know. I stumbled upon them. And the dipshit I killed had enough power to actually hold me against my will.
You're strong. That's what you're saying. You're strong.
Where-
Did you see me kill him?
Did you
With the
see me kill
chain.
all those?
Where did you stumble upon them?
About 2 kilometers west.
Let me pause us and move us to a break.
Yep.
So that we can
Yeah, we
fix
have
the
under
Zoom.
1 minute because I'm not sure if it'll automatically extend or not.
I don't think it will. Alright, we will be right back in a moment. Alright. And we're back. And she
We're live?
needs to go. Yes, we are back.
Hello.
Yeah.
While I rearrange the cameras.
Welcome back.
Problem
Thank you
solved.
Thank you for putting up with us with the technical difficulties. So, he told you about 2 kilometers west.
What roll should I make to see if I know what's located about 2 kilometers west?
That would be a survival check.
And can I do insight just to see if he's just trying to make us go away?
Yep.
Equally likely. So 12
Oh,
plus. What's my modifier again for that?
Is wisdom. I believe.
Wisdom.
Yeah, wisdom, if you're proficient with it, which I believe you are, it's +3.
Look of anguish.
My wisdom modifier is +5.
Yeah, so your wisdom modifier plus a 3 proficiency if you're
Okay.
proficient in it.
So I rolled a 20 in total.
Dirty 20, like it. You guys actually came from that direction, and you'd actually saw the site going right through it. It was the second site, but because of how like very rough the terrain was, getting to the third site was quite a difficult trek. And for Halsterian,
I forgot how naive Halsterion is. So with my -1 modifier, I got a 2.
ooh, buddy. Well, seems like he's telling the truth.
Yeah, I have no idea. Why not?
So, what's way out there for you?
I actually don't know. I'm drawn to it, if you must know, seeing as any other thing will not get you off my back.
Has our group stumbled upon a main character?
What?
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 We've encountered a main character.
Mean.
I'm speaking
What's
out
that?
of character,
What's
don't
that
worry.
mean?
You know, like a storybook.
I don't read.
That's a good point.
I can't read. Actually.
Can't or won't?
I think it's the latter.
Yeah.
He's just sitting back, letting you guys just talk.
Hey, that's a step better than actively trying to get away from us.
You guys won't leave me alone.
What were you doing around them that they caught you?
Walking.
In this direction?
Aren't we all?
To the place or the direction that seems to draw you?
Yes.
Well,
Would you like additional distractions to make sure that doesn't happen again?
No. I'm okay. I
Clearly.
can make it on my own. And it's getting dark. You guys need to sleep.
Sleep with us.
you can make it so well on your own that you got captured by a single mage. Camp with us tonight.
I don't sleep.
A sleepover. Come on.
Hey, all night guard. That works
At
great
all?
for us.
Fine. If it means getting you off my back, then by all means, set up your camp.
You said
Okay.
something weird, Goose. What?
He doesn't. You said you don't sleep? At all?
No.
You nap. Wait, is that sleeping?
Does he look elven at all?
Make a perception check.
Can I make one also?
No.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. It's hard to tell a lot of features on a man who's been so prolifically scarred. He basically looks like he's been sliced and diced and put back together thousands of times.
Beautiful.
It's kind of gruesome to look at it when you really start looking at him. But given the generic traits that elvish people would have, he doesn't really have any of them.
But we can see bare flesh.
Yeah, he's basically like, he is shirtless, but he's only in like the equivalent of sweatpants.
Yeah. You hunk. yeah.
You know, Bryony over here is able to heal to an extent. If you'd like, she might be willing to lighten those injuries a bit.
Yeah,
Okay.
offer me up, sure. I'm kidding.
I said might be.
They don't heal with others' magics. I've tried.
Even
knew
those
it
fresh
would.
wounds?
They'll heal.
Well, as a show of goodwill, I can cast Cure Wounds.
Go ahead.
Alright, okay. A creature you touch regains a number of hit points equal to 1d8 plus your spellcasting ability modifier at high levels. Okay, I'll just do a level 1, I guess. D8. I don't think I've rolled a D8 before in this set. I got a
And
5 plus my modifier. Hang on.
Which is
Let me
5,
see
right?
what my modifier is. Spellcasting ability modifier?
Yeah.
What would that be?
Wisdom for you, I believe.
Okay. Plus 5, I got a 10.
right on. So, through your focus and through nature, you extend your body and you extend your soul out to give a cure, to give the cure wounds touch, to heal and mend the broken flesh. And as you try,
My finger
And-
glows and it's like the scene from E.T. E.T.
Little firefly fingers.
Yeah.
you put your ET finger up, but you're not feeling any of it actually catch it. There's something warding that off of them.
It seems there's another spell on you that's preventing me from using my spell. I'm offended.
That's what the other healer had said.
Has that been on you for a long time?
Since I've known myself.
Known yourself.
I woke up in this land. No context, nothing. I don't know who I am.
But you're drawn in that direction.
I'm only telling you this because you won't leave me the fuck alone.
Yeah, they're stubborn.
Right.
So please, let me do my thing, and let me move on.
But you gotta have friends.
At least wait until morning and have something to eat with us.
That's strange. Like, do you remember when you woke up? How long ago was that?
I don't know. I don't keep track of days.
So, like, you have no concept of, like, number of days it might have been.
It'd been a long time.
It could have been a month. It could have been 3. I've lost track of my time. I don't care to keep it. If you're going to make a camp, make it quickly. It's getting dark, and there are a lot more dangerous things out here than just me.
Me. I'm joking.
She's not. She's fairly dangerous.
He starts looking around. He finds the nearest tree, just walks to it, puts his back to it, and just starts waiting.
I'll start
just
setting
starts
up
what?
camp.
Pardon?
You say
Oh,
waiting.
and just starts waiting. Okay, sorry, I
Yep.
didn't hear what you said.
Ah,
I
As I'm
guess my assignment today, after being called a healer, um, is to continue helping this guy. So I bend a few branches around him to create a bit of a shelter.
cool. Halsterian, what do you do?
I am going to act like I'm making a ward to either sense or keep enemies away, but I'm going to just be casting Detect Magic as a ritual.
Cool.
In the meantime, I'm also ritually casting Alarm.
Right on.
And I am squatting 5 feet away from him and carving into my bone, making my bone grill. Just looking at him.
Make a dexterity check.
Okay. Womp. 16.
16? Cool. So you're,
Bone Girl's been going pretty well.
yeah. Bone Grill's been going pretty good, and with your intelligence check the first time, I'm just extending that further because you know what it looks like. You know what you want.
Yeah.
So you're just tinkering away, doing your thing. As and 10 minutes go by, so the thatching starts going quite well with Bryony using her druidic magics. The alarm spell goes right off, no problems. You know it's been set, and Alsterian. Detect magic. He is a goddamn beacon.
I thought it might be.
Like, whatever magic surrounds him is strong. Incredibly strong.
Am I able to squint through the brightness to see what type of magic, or are there several?
You squint, trying to discern colors and shapes and whatnot, but it just seems to be a swirl.
Mm, that is fascinating and disturbing. And when I get a spare moment, I'm going to be noting that in my notebook.
Right on. What do you guys eat?
Probably just some rations.
I will probably go hunt for anything nearby.
Is someone going to work on starting a fire? Or is that my job today, too? I'm kidding.
I mean,
I can build a
give me a
fire.
moment
If you wish.
to get some wood and we'll get that going. And I will collect a few branches and things and just stick the sword in.
And you do such, and it's fairly dry around here because, well, of the magma and the heat
Oh
of
yeah, are
the
we
local
still
areas.
in? Like, how far did we walk out?
You
Of
walked
the
about a
lava area.
you walked about a kilometer.
And we're still
Okay.
in a pretty bad lava area.
It's not so much as a bad lava area, but it's very much a dry forest, and you can tell that fire has gone through here, but it's not as big as desolation as stuff you've gone through previously.
Did Goose start a fire with
Yes.
his sword?
Yes.
Yep,
He did? Yes? Okay.
I'll try my best to see if I can find maybe small game if there's not a lot of wildlife, but I'll go
Maybe.
out to at least.
That'll be a
hunt for
survival
something.
check for you, and a
Oh.
nature survivor or nature. Wait,
Good. 22.
cool. You're walking around, and because of how dry everything is, you can easily see tracks, but you're not really finding much. You're finding like a rabbit trail here or there, but no sign of real animals.
Okay, I'll go for rabbits.
Go for the wabbits.
A Wascowee Wabbit?
All right, so you're going for the rabbits. Cool. With your survival check, or was it nature check? Did you roll
Survival.
with with that survival? You recognize that you can't really chase a rabbit. You gotta have to string it, and catch it. So you being a woman of the wild, know that rabbits follow their own trails. They have their own set paths, so you put snares down, and all you have to do is play the waiting game. Maybe a bait if you want to, but at this point, it's the waiting game. With a d6.
3.
3. About 30 minutes later, you hear the sound of a rabbit screaming and wailing. Seems like you caught yourself one. That 22 did a lot for you, just saying.
That was a good roll.
Yeah. But you caught yourself a rabbit.
Yay! Yep. Okay.
Right on. You
Yep.
walk on back.
Yep.
Cool. Spleen comes back into the camp with a rabbit.
I'm shaking around.
Is it still alive at this point?
Spleen.
I hope not, for its sake.
No, it's dead.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's dead, but I'm making fun of its expression. I got food.
I see that.
Yep. And she's gonna start skinning it.
Just starts getting. I mean, with that nature for survival check, you're just like, yep, you know how to do this. You got yourself a perfect pelt.
I take the skinned rabbit meat and put it over the fire mixed with some vegetables and a little bit of spices that I retained from that time we blew up the fish.
Yep. Oh, so you still got some rosemary, I see.
Little bit.
A little
I'll
hint of
use-
rabbit rosemary.
Control flames to adjust the flame to whatever she needs, size-wise, temperature-wise.
That's awesome. And lo and behold, no time comes around, and it's done. Food's all ready to go. The meat smells real greasy, but that's where it's really nice. You bite into it, and it's all lean and tender because it is a rabbit. Let's just be fair. But
So
it's still
you-
good. Good protein's good protein.
You don't sleep, but do you eat?
Or are you like the plant thing where they like photo supersize themselves or something?
Never mind.
It's
It's
not
not worth it.
worth it.
Nope. Exactly how.
He just looks. You'll go up. Can I have a hunch?
Oh,
Ask her.
who?
You're the one who caught it.
Yeah, take it. It's okay.
He takes a bite.
Just want to see if we eat.
Takes a bite. Chews. He spits it back out. Just says, "Tastes like ash to me."
Don't you insult her cooking? What's wrong with you?
Everything tastes like ash.
Oh. You eat some of this dirt. Does it taste? Wait, that's ash. Never mind. That tastes like ash.
Out of curiosity, do you have any items that you have had since you woke up, so to speak?
What you see is what you get.
It's a very specific question, but I understand why you asked it.
I don't.
He finally realizes that the chains are on him, so he just grabs the one manacle, rips it right off. Grabs the other manacle, rips it right off.
By the way, I have communicated the blinding and undiscernible nature of the magic to Howard at some point. Quietly.
Howard has mentioned his curiosity. In return, about a lot of strange things about this person.
He is a
Very
strange
much so.
person. Sorry, I didn't realize you were role-playing that. My apologies.
Construct?
That was a thought, but he has flesh.
There are flesh constructs.
That's also true. I'm not sure. It's very weird.
This
I can't
entire
help.
situation is a bit peculiar.
I can't help but think that they chose him for a reason.
Oh, so what I saw, unquestionably.
And everything tastes like ash. He doesn't sleep. It's almost like he's an elemental in a body.
That had occurred to me as well. Is it possible that the
A what in a body?
Elemental.
elemental?
Oh.
Is it possible that this ritual was to release him from that? If he was put there some other way? Maybe that's what happened with the chanting and screaming we heard earlier.
You think that might explain his attitude?
I don't know.
He is a bit of a hothead.
Please just
Ba-dum.
stand up and just. I would call you Ash. Can I touch your body?
Blaine, you can't just ask people that.
I'm not gonna like. Let me touch your body.
He's looking at you with the most strange look.
I promise, it's for a reason. That's my promise.
The people who first found me called me Runeth,
Runneth.
Roneth. So
which is an elven name. You would recognize it right away. It's Elvish for the lost.
Do you know what that means?
No.
It means the lost in Elvish.
She's correct.
Well, that makes sense.
Did you leave these people behind the same way you were trying to leave us behind?
Yeah,
And they
I
didn't
did.
say anything or try to stop you?
They couldn't stop me.
You forced your way out.
I didn't force my way out. I left. Quite literally walked out.
They didn't follow you or anything?
They did for a while. But once they had to sleep, they couldn't catch up.
You just kept moving.
Why didn't you want to stay with them?
I have no desire to be around people.
Really, never would have guessed.
I know. Yet people still follow me.
Well, you're very interesting.
Everyone likes a bad boy.
I do.
You might
Let me
still
touch
be
your
able to
body.
give us some answers that we want.
Like what?
Well, our quest is stopping these fires from happening, or at least getting to the bottom of them.
You didn't look through any of their bags, did you?
No, we were curious about you.
Then I would suggest you go back and find their bags.
But you'll be gone when we come back.
Exactly.
Want me to knock him out?
Oh, yeah, I don't think you'll have much luck with that.
Is that a challenge? Is that a challenge?
If I say no, will you drop it?
But let me touch you.
No.
Come on, it's for a purpose. It's nothing like sleazy.
No.
Probably.
I want to check for a pulse, or if you're cold, or if you're really hot. I mean, you're really hot, but if your temperature is hot.
Make a persuasion check.
Oh no! Oh no! What is it? Okay, it's that's a natural one.
Oh.
No.
I tried. I'm trying to be consensual. But since you don't sleep, somebody else try to touch him. Maybe he's not into goblins.
Who wouldn't be?
You're a really weird bunch.
Oh, you have no idea.
It's a hell of a
Look,
day.
will you let me check for a pulse? I survived on my own for years in the woods. I will know at least if you're actually a human and alive or not.
He puts his arm out.
What is this bullshit?
Can I roll for investigation?
That would be the medicine check.
Oh, okay. Well. Nine plus 8. I got a 17.
There is a pulse. And the touch of his skin, although fairly calloused and rough, is normal temperature.
Seems human enough.
Was it amazing? She's asking Bryony. Was it amazing?
What?
I was just drinking. Damn it.
Excuse me?
Is, I'm just. Okay, he's alive. Okay, my question is answered.
So the night keeps moving forward. It's time for watches. Or unless there's any more RP you wish to do.
I don't have anything at the moment.
Nope, nothing. Cool. Right on. And if you do think of something, by all means, just tell me. We can, time is relative. What was said afterwards can still be said during this time. Just letting you know. So.
Alright, I propose that during Night Watch, we keep at least one of our group up along with this guy. Because I don't fully trust him around us sleeping yet. He might just leave, he might kill us.
Make an insight check. Ms. Bryony.
Yeah. I got an 11.
11?
Yes. Not. Ooh.
Although he does have a fairly intimidating presence, you get the feeling that he really just does not care.
You will leave.
So the worst he'll do is leave.
Good odds on that.
Well, if I break his kneecaps, hear me out. If I break his
No.
kneecaps, it will. He'll drag himself, and drag marks are a lot easier to track.
I don't.
You are aware I can hear you, right?
Yep.
She doesn't care.
All I care is that you're listening to me.
He just turns around. Who's taking first watch?
How long are the watches? Like 2 hours?
As long as you want.
Sounds like Spleen will, but it'll be just staring at him the whole time.
Just drool.
Yeah. Yeah. How'd you know? Wow, you're really getting to
Intuition,
know me.
really.
Wow. You're just so smart. You're able to read people.
Oh,
How'd you know?
takes
It's
how'd you
what
know?
I went to
Freaking
school
second.
for. Really.
Creepy.
Yes.
Watching me.
I'll take second or third.
I'll take first.
I'll take second.
I'll take second.
Oh.
All right, I'll take third then.
Cool. Right on. So Spleen's first. Oh, somebody's in there. Yep. Oh,
Oh, we good?
yeah.
Yeah, she blocked
So
out her
BR
camera, so
BRB.
it's
It
probably...
was a BRB moment.
Yeah.
So
Oh, okay.
I can
Well,
take
we can
first with her if you want.
we can skip to second and we can go back to first.
Okay.
We can probably assume what happens during Spleen's watch.
Yeah.
Hey, did you ever fuck? But so second watch comes on. Oh,
Welcome back.
I
Welcome
can hand
back.
over my Girl Scout cookies.
what? You lost your Girl Scout privileges?
Yeah, I got kicked out of Girl Scouts.
I wonder why.
I would like to hear this story after we stream.
All right. So first watch comes on. The stars are just starting to come out. The fire's hot enough, but the air is warm. It's fairly dry, and Roneth is he's just sitting on his tree. Butt on the ground, legs are folded. Spleen, you doing anything?
Just kind of, I'm gonna do some rounds throughout my watch, but maybe walk around the camp 4 or 5 times, and I'll sit and rest. But every time I come where he's in my vision, I look at him. I'm just like, and you know when you're like your crush is watching, so you act even more exaggerated and like, oh yes. The way. Let me bend down and snap. Bend
He's just
and
blinking. Then he just shuts his eyes. He just.
When he does, he's
Pretend
like,
I do not see it.
So this goes on for a couple hours. There's no provoking a response out of them. Via that way at least. And your second and first watch starts coming to an end. You wake up both Halsterian and Howard.
Might have broken her. Sorry.
I'm going to quietly recast Mage Armor when I get up, just so that it's going for another 8 hours. Keep an eye on him occasionally, just out of curiosity.
The stars are in full bloom. It's a beautiful night, cleared sky. You hear some insect calls out there, but there really isn't much. It's a fairly quiet night, given from what you guys are known to go through. How's staring up at anything?
Not anything specific I wanted to do now.
Right. Ronith looks over to Howard. You don't need to have that up while I'm around.
Just a safety precaution, not just for you.
Respectable. And that's kind of all you got out of him. Second watch keeps going on, nothing really eventful comes by. And then third watch comes around. Miss Bryony, what shall you do on your watch?
I mostly just sit awake, occasionally making sure I always check my 6, just making sure everything around me is clear, and then I do keep a distance from the guy, but I say, I legitimately am sorry about the rest of them. I know they can be a lot, especially the goblin.
He gives a slight nod and like, I understand.
I promise they're not that bad. When I first joined the team of them, Spleen frequently sniffed me every time she saw me. She wasn't subtle about it either.
I'm sorry.
I'd walk right up and...
I was not prepared for that.
Neither was I, it just came out of my mouth. So...
Even better.
Perfect.
The goblin. Why?
What, just why is she like that?
Why?
We still don't know.
It's sad that the idea is like...
She sure comes in handy, though, during fights.
I saw. Deadly with that axe. And sword.
And teeth, and nails.
Good to have someone like that on your back.
What I'm saying is, I guess, everyone in this group has skills that I realize I don't have. And I traveled alone for several years. And in joining up with them, I learned that sometimes other people can be good.
You were not my other people.
That was a really good line, though. Damn.
No offense. But every time I'm around, something bad happens. I don't know what. It always happens. So let me walk away.
About that time, Howard suddenly wakes up in a cold sweat, causing the fire to enlarge.
Enlarging.
Enlarging.
Indignant.
Looks around for a moment,
That
realizes
wasn't you.
it was a
Mr.
bad
Howard.
dream, shrinks the fire down, rolls over, and goes back to sleep.
And that happens, he doesn't flinch. That happen often too?
What, the fire?
Him waking up.
Yeah, occasionally.
He just sits there. You get that he's pondering. That's about it.
Are you still planning on heading west once morning comes?
East. And yes.
East. I thought it was west. I'm sorry.
No, we came from west.
Sorry, pretend I said east.
West.
I thought you said west.
But yeah, so he just says yes and keeps sitting.
Yep.
Right on. So the night keeps coming on and dawn starts coming. You realize your watch is coming to an end, and so that now everybody's going to be awake. And with that, Ronith stands up and says, I fulfilled my end of the bargain.
Before you go, I'd like to try something if you don't mind. It might help you learn a little more about yourself, but I don't know if it will work.
What?
You have a lot of magic on you, and I'd like to try and identify some of the effects. This spell is normally meant for items, not people, so I don't know if it will work on you.
Okay. Go for it.
Howard will put a hand on his chest and ritually cast Identify and see if anything happens.
You bring your hand to your chest, you start doing the incantation, you bring out your book, and you start doing the circle. You start drawing all the runes, all the connection points, all the arcane identification markers that you've known and learned. When you do that, everything clicks, just like that magical click that you always get whenever you complete a spell. That familiar feeling happens, and you reach out towards Renith. And as you do, you're hit with a massive, just an absolute massive wave of power from it. And Identify doesn't really catch.
Immediately recoil from him. No, it does not work. Probably for the same reason she can't heal you. This thing you've been following, has it ever moved?
No, it's in one direction.
Just east.
Yep.
Like, you said it was like a pool. Is it like in your brain, in your heart, your loins, your stomach. Like, where? Like, how do you know? How do you.
You know that instinct when you get to kill something, the pleasure?
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
That is the feeling I have.
Loins. Yeah.
He just gets back up, turns around, he just starts walking.
Help.
And he just walks right off. Keeps on walking. Keeps on walking. Through the forest clearing. You just know he's going east.
As interested as I am in him, we should go get paid and make sure that that last circle is destroyed.
Yep.
Check out the bodies.
Yep.
I'm all for following him afterward.
Make a survival check, actually, Howard.
Oh, that one's not great. That's a 9.
You're trying to think, like, east. What's east? There's nothing east. And that's all you got. So, tear down a camp comes around, and you guys start heading back.
Extinguish the fire. And we'll
Always
head out.
practice fire safety in the forest.
Especially one this dry.
Mm-hmm.
So you get yourself back. Pardon me. You get yourself back to the ritual spot, and you notice that the magma is actually not as prolific as it was before. So you just walk right over the bridge, and everything's still there.
Gonna look through the bodies, see what they have on them.
Same.
All right, so the lesser guys just have knives, and they're just wearing their ritual clothing. They don't have anything of real worth or value on them. Just basic clothing, dagger. But you go through the mage. You go through his robes, and you find a sack. You give it a lingle jingle. Sounds like money.
Okay. Anything else on him?
You also find the same bag that you had before with your first encounter. So same embossing, same scrollings, same everything. Yeah, and also you find a vial with a clear liquid. When it's shook, ember and flames are being produced.
Do I know what
Can I
this
roll
is?
something to look at that?
That would be an Arcana check, and that I'm assuming you want to do the same thing, Howard.
Yes.
Do it up.
That's a natural 20 for 27.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Make sure I didn't read that wrong.
Do I get any modifiers besides Arcana?
Nope. It's just the Arcana.
Oh, well, I got an 11.
So Bridie's looking at it, and she gives it a shake. It's like, something to do with fire. Might be a fire breath potion. That's when Howard comes in, because you've taken a little bit of alchemy and you understand what the differences are. Fire breath potions are usually orange. This is a clear liquid. It's a resistance potion. And the element that shows whenever it gets shaken is the resistant. So it's a fire resistance potion.
So if anyone wants to hang on to that, that could absolutely be useful.
I yoink it. I put it in my satchel. That could be useful. We're gonna hang on to that.
By the way,
And we'll
Hal,
need to
if you
loot
don't
about it.
mind, I'm gonna
Yes.
look at this bag. Would you see how much money is in this? I'm assuming it's money. Split it up between us.
Sure.
You open it right up. Yeah, it's money. After everything, you get 100 gold pieces, 82 silver, and 36 copper pieces. And with that, that was basically everything there on that mage. And so you said you were identifying that bag, or?
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
gonna
no.
see if Identify does anything on that bag.
Okay, so you do your ritual identify like you did before, and you do the thing, open your heart, praise everybody, and it connects, and you recognize it as a bag of fire resistance.
It protects everything on the inside from fire?
Yeah, you're pretty sure that's what it does.
Interesting. And there's nothing else in it?
No, not really. But you search through the robes and you find a small journal.
Can I read it?
You open it up, and what's in it is basically just kind of the same thing as the journal as you had before, but this is a more extensive map system of actual ley lines around Falskallan.
Okay.
And one of them is actually in Menestead.
Well, this should be plenty enough proof of what we encountered.
Yeah. And with looking through everything and checking all the other ley line points, most of the other ones are fairly far away and nowhere near close to Menestead. So you're actually you're fairly confident that there isn't any more around this area.
Just in town. If there's more
I'm
of
gonna copy
them,
that into my notes too. Say, hey, what about the ones to the east?
There are a couple to the east, but they're about a couple hundred miles away.
Someone like that, I wouldn't put it past him.
neither would I.
Yeah.
We
There's
should have
one
asked
that's
him if he could tell the distance. Oh well.
I mean, one directly east of you guys would be in Alska, but you were already there and you didn't see anything of the sort happening. So, but further than that, it just goes back into the war territories, which is all desolate.
We'll.
Oh,
Or
it goes
Howard.
even further.
Howard will at least look around the ritual site, make sure any circles are destroyed.
Yep, and you find a couple. And where the fire elementals, the smaller ones, there were bindings on them. They look to be in fairly rough condition, and because of your Arcana check from before, you're pretty sure the magic's pretty much spent on them. If you wanted them to be active again, you'd have to take the time to cast a ritual on it, or do the incantations to it.
I will bring them just so that we can hand them over to the guild in case this was not the only place.
though,
I'll
right?
be doing detect magic as well, just to make sure there's no straggling little bits that we may have missed.
And you do that. You open your eyes, and any bits of magic that should be popping out, you're not really seeing anything other than, well, what you guys have on you. This this site
Well,
has been fairly cleaned and cleansed.
while you're looking around with that, Hal, can you see that necklace in the lava?
I'll take a look, see what I can see.
Make a perception check.
Mm-hmm. 19.
You look around and you look fairly far and wide. You're looking around. You're trying to find that blip. It's not there. You're fairly certain that magical items are hard to destroy by natural means, but given that you're dealing with molten rock, that if it did survive, it's at the bottom.
Shame. Nothing we can do about it.
It's not going to be easy for anyone to get really at this point if it's
No.
survived at all.
Shame. Oh well. Shall we head back to town?
I think we've done all we can here.
Yeah. A few answers, a lot of questions, but at least we'll get paid.
My heart feels so empty.
I'm sure you'll
Oh.
find another spleen.
Oh.
You can fill it with meat with all the money you get.
True.
Yeah,
Don't
several
kick
different types
the
of meat.
door again.
And don't kick the door again.
They're just gonna take more money from you. Even though I'm the one that usually repairs it.
Yeah, but did we just find somebody?
Yeah.
One rough push won't hurt.
It's your
Just
money.
one.
Do what you will.
No, it's the Colt's money.
I meant that you're getting paid.
Oh yeah. The more the merrier. I just hate doors.
Which,
I don't know why.
how much money was it again? 100 gold.
100 gold, 82
It was,
silver, 36 copper.
Oh, did you say 84 silver? I wrote 82.
It is
He-
82.
82.
Okay.
Did I say 84? My apologies.
Okay, yeah, then I wrote it down correctly the first time. 100 gold, 82 silver, 36 copper.
So I'm assuming you guys were walking and talking. That whole shit.
Yep.
So you're walking through that hellish landscape again, but it's kind of calmed down now. You just keep walking up and winding up that path again where you were at that second site. You still see the remnants of the destroyed summoning circle. And you just keep on walking.
It doesn't look disturbed since we left, does it?
Not really.
Okay.
A little bit of wind blown the dust somewhere, but anything unnatural? No.
I will check the first one when we eventually reach it as well.
So you keep on walking, you keep on walking, keep on walking. You're about an hour away from the site, but it's starting to get dusky again. It's starting to get to night, so you can get to the first site if you wish to push it, but you'll be cutting into your long rest periods.
No rush. We'll just rest here. Reach it in the morning.
Excellent. So,
Oh.
so you guys set up camp. Any roleplay, any watches you want to do? Any specialty
Alarm
foods you
as
want
usual.
to cook up? Same Same rituals as everything?
While we're setting up food and
Hopefully I won't need detect magic this round.
everything. Ugh.
You do it again, you're just blinded. It's everywhere! Who's taking first watch?
I will.
Right on. It's a fairly cloudy night. A little bit of a chill in the air now that there isn't any active fires around, or at least you assume there isn't any, but given that there's a chill, logic dictates. It's been a fairly uneventful couple days. Oddly uneventful. You're just reminiscing that, well, because of the fires, there's probably nobody around who wants to be a part of that, so take it with a lucky stroke of grace.
Well, we did it again, Goose. We completed another mission. We're freaking awesome. Like, I can't imagine any normal, boring people, all the other
Like the
mercenaries out
ones
there,
we
they can't do
encountered
this.
before.
Yeah.
Oh yes,
losers.
you talking about the ones who were running away as we were going towards the elementals?
Yes.
Yeah.
Uh,
And all the others are at that, the guild, but can't do this. They can't do what we do.
I don't know about none of the others, but we are fairly good.
Come on, bathe in it.
Okay, we are very good.
Yeah, there you go. Stop being humbled. Right?
First
And
one.
how?
Sorry.
Welcome. Also, what the hell was that thing with bugs? That was real gross.
let's call it a hobby.
It was like, you're all like, tea party. And, I don't know, spoons. 3 different types of spoons. I don't understand that. But then all of a sudden you bring out bugs? That's so opposite. It's pretty
I
cool,
have,
but it's disgusting.
Access to more interesting magics than you give me credit for, I suppose.
Speaking of, Hal, I think I know, but what was your goal when we were at this site, the upcoming site the first time? When you were manipulating the water?
I figured the bag had a trinket in it that was controlling some form of magic. That's part of why I'm on at part of this guild, is trying to track down unusual types of magic and see if that's connected to NC. I was hoping that whatever was controlling or perhaps even summoning the elemental was in that bag.
And dousing it would essentially quench the flames of the creature.
Or at least disable it for a bit, yes.
That's what I thought. Good idea. Shame it didn't plan out.
Yes, unfortunate. But we survived and we moved on.
Exactly.
He's digging in the dirt, looking for worms. Gosh, I just can't get over that, Hal. That's so gross that you use bugs. She's eating worms. God, that's so gross, dude. I can't believe that.
You were definitely the
Like-
child that ate glue, weren't you?
She likes the texture of the soft worms, but the dirt, that crunch of the dirt and sand. God, why couldn't you use anything else? I could see you like a bunch of white doves, You're like the swan of
I eat certain
Dumb.
bugs. They're high in protein.
I mean, yeah, but not how. Can't do that.
Not high in protein. I don't have access to doves. I have access to what I have access to. If I could summon doves, that would be a very different caster.
Much more boring, though, I would think.
I would
Isn't how
imagine.
boring?
No. No, his magic is very interesting.
Like the bugs. How? No. I mean, can I eat them? Like, if you did it, would I be able to eat them?
No.
How? Change it. You can't do that. It's like, what do you like to eat?
Not bugs.
Okay, well, what if I cast a spell and it's a bunch of croissants all over the place? Like, you would want to eat all the croissants.
Croissants? Did someone say croissants?
Croissants.
Sound
Are the
effects
croissants
wakes her up
an
in the middle of
illusion?
her sleep.
Right.
Croissants?
What? I could have dropped my croissant.
Which at this point, Brian, you realize you do still have a Danish left over in your pack.
Yeah, it's like half squish, and I just like. They made me hungry though, so I just like.
You
Oh,
actually have a Danish
yes.
It's an apple fritter.
there. Oh
Perfect.
my god.
Yum.
It's good.
Awesome.
I'm just kidding with you. I don't think you're that boring. I mean,
I've never thought that we were up your alley in terms of excitement.
no.
You don't seem to care much for magic.
To be
I
fair,
can swing things real well, and I'm really good at killing.
Oh, I'm very well aware.
And you guys are really good at being big brains, not smooth, real
How
bumpy brains.
would you like to see something terrifying?
Yeah.
Yes. In this context, yes.
Imagine spleen like this, and I'm gonna cast enlarge on her.
As you do. You immediately, it's just like when you resize a picture, it's just it quite
Oh my
literally.
god!
put her back. Put her back.
Still think magic's not interesting, spleen?
My tits are huge!
I
You
I am
didn't
positive
only
I'm
get
still
enlarged,
asleep,
you
so I
got
just lay back
freaking-
down.
I am going to stand over them and give them a terrible view.
oh boy.
Feast your eye.
You're right, Otter.
And as she's doing that, about that time is probably when she starts shrinking down because it only lasts a minute.
Yeah. As she does, it just. And then there's just spleen over Bryony.
Oh, over me?
Oh,
No!
hi. Oh,
Just
hi.
deep maniacal laughter suddenly shrinking
No, I'm still asleep.
in heightening in pitch.
I am either fast asleep or pretending to be.
You're desperately just trying to
Just
avoid.
gotta wake her up. Hey,
Actually, roll
hey.
a d8.
Who?
Me?
Yes.
Oh.
Bryony.
Can I just quit the game right here?
What is it?
I got a 5. What's my
Take-
modifier?
You don't take a modifier. You just take 5 psychic damage.
Aw.
It scarred you.
Hey, did you see my crotch?
If I say yes, do I never have to again?
What?
No.
JT.
Or actually, no, I changed my answer. For the 5th time in my life, yes.
Oh,
And none of
man.
those times did I ask.
Well, the gift just keeps on giving. Hashtag giving court.
Oh, Lord.
That was truly terrifying. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. I feel so bad for you guys.
Don't
I'm
worry,
gonna cast
Spleen.
thaumaturgy. I'm gonna make some harmless but noticeable tremors.
Uh, Where do you place these said tremors?
Oh, right under spleen, of course.
Of course.
Shit. What the hell? She's gonna run. What is happening? An earthquake.
Oh, just boring stuff.
Touche. Okay, fine. You win. You guys are so interesting, so fun. You gotta see things about me.
Spleen, it enhances things. I can also make you very small. And you could run right in and then get very large. And they'd have no idea. Imagine Spleen just in the middle of a camp of enemies.
You know, that's not a bad idea.
Remember
Intrigued
when I
now?
said that you have a bumpy brain and it's not smooth? Yeah.
Thank you, I think.
Yeah, you three are nerds. You're nerds. You're my nerds.
Really the holder of the single brain cell of this group.
Oh, but with that, I think I'm
Touche.
going to get some sleep.
Yeah. I'll take first watch.
I can take next watch since I'm permanently awake and scarred for life.
I'll go with last.
Alright, make an insomnia roll. Here we go.
Is that an actual roll I can do?
No,
crap.
just roll a
Brick
roll a
is it?
d6. Bryony, roll a
D6?
d6.
Hi, Brick.
I got a 2.
Okay. So you're on first watch?
I thought that was first watch and I'm second now.
Oh, so you're getting on the second now? Okay.
Okay. I'm not sure if I'm first or second now.
That's up to you.
No, I'm pretty sure that was first watch, and that whole incident occurred during first watch, because I was asleep.
Yep. Alright. So now we're getting on to second watch.
Okay.
The night is super uneventful. You're still trying to shake the cobwebs out of your mind.
Yeah, I'm just kind of sitting in silence, staring straight ahead.
Can't sleep. Clown will eat me.
That's exactly what I thought of too.
Can't sleep. Spleen will eat me.
Mm.
Oh my god.
But the watch The watch is barely uneventful. You try play with a little bit of fire. You try and druid craft a couple things, but nothing really happens.
Hang on.
Oh, what you doing?
Try playing with a little bit of fire.
Eh,
Yeah, you
That's about the extent of my druidic ability with fire, though.
God. Brings out torch.
I have more.
Oh my god, we'll put them away.
the second
Both
watch
of y'all.
goes. The second watch goes uneventful. You're now up on the third watch.
Who's third watch?
I think I am.
All right, Howard.
Perception roll?
Brian,
Or just... Okay. 19... Let me see what my modifier is. Yeah, 19.
again, nothing's really happening. It's really quiet. It's eerie, but you know what? It's kind of relaxing a little bit in its own right. You know that nothing's going to be coming around this way for a little bit. No living creature really wants to go into a fire spot, right? Bryony, it takes you about 30 extra minutes to actually get to sleep.
Yeah.
Howard's just kind of playing with the flames in that time, changing the color periodically, expanding it, shrinking it.
But with that,
I'm actually really bad with lighters.
third watch ends, and nothing happens again. The dawn has started on a new day. It looks to be clear and sunny. What shall you guys do?
Continue on our way.
And you do. So you make it to the first site. The pile of ash is still a pile of ash, and nothing really seems to have changed. But there seems to be more bird life coming back.
Can I
Fauna beginning
roll
to
to
return.
see what kind of bird life?
Sure.
Oh, that's not a d20. That's a d20. Is it an animal handling modifier?
It's nature.
Nature. Okay.
Animal handling would be more specifically if you wanted to deal with a specific animal.
True, yeah. I got a 14.
14? You recognize a fair bunch of them. A couple chickadees, sparrow calls. That's about it.
I replicate a few of the bird sounds back to them.
Make a performance check.
Ooh. I got a 10.
10? You think you did pretty good. Well, what kind of a call were you trying to make?
Just nothing.
This is just whistling what you hear.
I just know how to do that.
Just whistling what you hear. So you think you did pretty good. Everybody else was like, sounds decent, but I've heard better.
Oh, well, thanks, guys.
I mean, I've also heard worse.
Woo,
Much worse.
Yeah.
Just barely average. Ain't nothing wrong with that. So you guys keep moving on, and you make it to the bridge. Make it back to the bridge. Life is coming back. Life is coming back, and you keep on walking. It's about this time you make it to the cottage, and you start hearing the sounds of revelry going on.
Ooh. Perhaps some merrymaking?
Sean Tutorly. All you hear is like, laughing, a little bit of singing, and it's more jovial, uh, jovial yelling, not anything harsh at all.
A party? Should we check it out?
We can approach the cabin and look in the windows.
I have to assume it's those folk who were running from the fires earlier.
Maybe? They seemed a bit panicked to be celebrating this close.
Maybe they
So-
just
Well, it
lost
depends on what happened more recently for them as well. It has been a couple of days.
That's true.
It's enough time to get over trauma.
Let's check it out.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
Yeah.
So you guys are walking up. As you are, the joviality gets louder. It's just everybody is just there and having a good time, and you turn the corner and yep, it's the same guys who were on the bridge. They have a fire set up out on the side of the house. They're roasting what looks to be a goat. But they're just sitting, and a bunch of them are all patched up with bandages and whatnot, but they're sitting, they're drinking, and enjoying their time together. One guy looks on over. Hey, aren't you the guys that went across the bridge?
Hey, what's up, losers?
So, what was all that anyway? I'm assuming you all dealt with that, right?
Yep.
Yes, there were fire elementals. Horrible things.
Fire elementals.
Fairly large ones.
Beings, great big beings made entirely of fire.
Well, that would explain why the fire attacked us then.
Exactly.
Thank you for helping us out. You guys didn't see our camp now, did you?
Your camp?
Yeah, we had our camp out there.
We didn't come across anything that looked quite like a camp.
Ah, alright, well. I mean, it was a little bit off the beaten path anyway, but, you know,
Ah.
it was worth asking anything. Well, anyway, we got a kid roasting right now, so, you want a slice?
Sure.
Much obliged.
Right on, come on in!
I still have some only partially exploded rosemary. It's only slightly ashy.
Otter, the term for a baby goat is called a kid.
It took me a second to remember that.
Yeah, they don't mean they're roasting an actual human
Yeah.
child.
Mhm.
Clarify that for the
Not
audience
this
too. It's not that kind of stream.
Roasting a kid.
So you guys sit down and enjoy a slice of fresh goat.
I would like to have skull.
The skull. Well, it's already been deheaded, so
Beheaded.
What? Fine.
You may keep its toes.
Well, it was deheaded. If you're looking for the skull, we threw it out back. If you want to go find it, by all means.
Yeah. What the hell?
Then Spleen proceeds to do the dog thing from Duck Hunter. Just lifts it up.
It's still the best part. What's wrong with you? Oh my god.
The goblin scares me.
Yeah, don't mind her. She just wanted the eyeballs.
She also
Yeah,
eats
I just, like,
bone.
Right.
Suck the right out.
I thought I introduced myself to you, but I'm gonna do it again. I'm Raskan. These are my boys. He points to the big guy, super rotund. This is Belwaz. He's he points to another guy, just a scrawny ginger kid. Just his name's Philly. Points to another guy. This guy's Grek. He's just a very stout man with a giant mustache. And this here, my best mate, Mur. He's just a grumpy looking dwarf fellow.
So what do you all do out here?
Well, we live out here.
Just in the wood?
Yeah. Don't like dealing with city folk people all that much, so
I can understand that.
And relate.
yeah, so what we do is just we hunt, we fish, we try and get materials where we can. Traders are rare these days up here, so what we do is just sometimes we have to go back to town. Or sometimes we try and buy things off the locals around here.
Hunters and trappers. Good folk.
Yeah. There's lots of wildlife around here, especially good fishing. Although you gotta watch out for owlbears. Those things are fucking dangerous.
Well, the wildlife does seem to be returning to that area now that the elemental is gone.
Even better. We'll love to see what's growing back out there now. Although it might take a while. We might need to move camp. Hey boys, what do you think? Bell was. Well, you know, I like to move around anyway, so let's keep moving.
Yeah, you like to move it.
They like to move it, move it.
Move it.
I turn to them and say, "You haven't come across a strange-looking man lately, have you? Has scars all over him
A lot of scars.
and sweatpants. The D&D equivalent of sweatpants."
Linen trousers. The sweatpants of D&D.
I mean, they could be.
They start looking back and forth at one another. Well, Mur here ran into somebody who looked like that, but you didn't pay us any mind, so we didn't do it. Right, Mur? Yeah, we didn't do anything like that.
I love the voices you're doing for them. They're all very fun.
Mm-hmm.
Just wait until I start fucking it up.
Oh,
Which
yeah.
way was he headed?
From what I remember, he was going east.
Yeah, that was
That
him.
checks out.
Although he had a hard time getting around the mountains, so he probably had to go north. But, that's okay.
I see.
Well, it's what I do. I'm the orienteer. It's what I just know the maps and everything around the area. So,
Are there any other parties of hunters that you know of out here?
not that I know of. Really, it's a large spot. There could be a lot of people out here, but from what I can tell, since the fires have started, nobody's really come through. Why are you asking?
Well, we were given this quest partially because over the last week, bodies have been floating down the river, heavily charred.
Or
Just
accurately,
curious.
body parts, unfortunately.
Yes. Just
Yeah,
curious.
We noticed them too. We didn't really want to go investigate for obvious reasons.
Of course.
Indeed.
But, I don't know. There could have been other people up there. Less fortunate ones.
Possibly. Just curious where they came from. Think we took care of everything. We didn't see anything else.
And this is when Belwaz comes by. You know, this is just a very, very dark conversation. This is midsummer. Come on, enjoy your time together. The sun is up. It will stay up for the longest time of the year. All of you know this. Come, enjoy it. And if you're going back to Ministad, just let you know. Watch out for the drunks.
Oh, I avoid them.
Good. It takes his horn and keeps drinking from it.
More precisely, they avoid me once they know who I am, but it's besides the point.
Oh, you think yourself a tough guy, eh?
No, they just don't like being on fire.
He just... There's look.
It's easier to deal with them when they just run away from you.
I like the way you think.
And honestly, the drunker they are, the more flammable they get.
It's very true.
Oh
You
my
guys
god.
are amazing. I like you guys
That's
around here. You should
brutal.
come back up here sometime.
I mean,
love
I'm
it.
not too cruel. If they get a little too toasty, I'll put it out and make them feel the opposite.
Right. Well, anyway, so we're just gonna be squatting here for a while, and what's gonna happen is we'll probably head back up there. If you guys ever back in the area, just know that you can sit with us in our camp.
Well, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Do be careful in the future.
Well, it's what we do, mostly. The fire part was kind of scary. That's not gonna lie about that one.
I wouldn't hesitate to come to our guild and mention if more of them come about.
We'll send Mur to do that. He likes talking to peoples. Yeah, I kind of do.
But as you said, let's enjoy a party.
Spleen in the meantime is like back to everyone is do a little arts and craft of emptying out the insides, taking out the tongue and the throat area, and she's gonna turn around with the goat's head on hers and be like, ha, rah, 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 rah. Check this out.
Can you roll
Well,
for
It's
I don't know if there's like an artistic modifier.
That's
I
the
would-
performance one.
Yeah, probably.
Well, it's performance, but here's the thing: it's a baby goat's head. Your head probably doesn't fit, so
That's
it's like
true.
it's kind of like a
It's a
temporary.
little hat. Okay, that's fine. That works
Just
for me.
tilt it down a little and.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, milady.
Chip's goat skull.
Yes. Oh my god.
Because who needs a curtsy?
Oh, that threw me right off.
What is wrong with us?
Everything.
No, this is-
Everything, and it's beautiful.
It's just, we are the product of the internet, and I don't like it. So
Mm,
We got bean sprout brine.
Well.
We got
and if you guys have anything
White
to
Knight
add to the
Howl.
meal, if you guys have anything to add to the meal, please add some. Potluck is where it's at.
I love it.
I don't know if I have a whole lot to add, but I will assist in stirring and mixing ingredients.
Cool. So yeah, you added the rosemary to the kid, so that was actually very. It added a nice flavor saver to it.
Awesome.
Although the taste of rosemary might be getting old quite quickly.
That was the last of the rosemary.
That was the last of it all. Right on. Anybody else got any foods? Secret foods?
all I've got is ink and sand, so gonna go with no.
Same.
What, you don't want ink sand soup?
I mean, it might
It'll
give
make
it a
it
little bit
crunchy.
of
That
extra
sounds-
crunch.
That sounds nice. Yeah, I like that. I like me some texture.
That was only partially a joke. Because at this point, if someone legitimately wanted it, I would be down to try.
You gotta hydrate.
Hydrate.
Oh.
Cheers. Gotta wipe off the stash.
Yeah, same.
And so the night keeps going on and on. And it's just, everybody seems to have a great time telling stories. Just reveling in the fact that it's just, something dangerous just happened, but we survived. So they're quite thankful for that.
If we're there until dark, I'm definitely using the fire to manipulate the amount of light around us for ghost stories.
Oh.
Ooh.
Do you have one?
No, I do not. But I'm not a storyteller. If anyone else is, absolutely.
I won't tell a ghost story, but I will relay a story of one of my classes when a teacher, instead of sending a delinquent to detention, changed one of these delinquents into a goat that looked very much like what we're eating now. Don't worry,
Did
he
they
changed
turn
back.
him back?
Eventually.
Okay,
Detention was
I
a
feel a
good
little
several
better about
hours.
taking my next bite.
Hey, make a performance check.
Where would that go? Oh, wow. Okay. 21.
21. You see the band just all grip. They're just right intense, right into the story. Just, oh my god, really? Yeah, oh my god. Mage people, they don't know what they're doing.
I got better.
I got better.
Otter.
They're just right into it. You also tell like Greg is just like sweat nervous about it. Especially because Howard's dealing with the flames. Well, anybody else got a story?
Sometimes on camping nights, my parents used to tell me that the great serpent who lives underground would someday come to the surface and eat all the unbelievers, and only we would be left to walk the earth. Good night.
Is that a... I want you to either make a performance check or a deception check, depending on if that's a lie. I don't know. I feel like I should know. You should DM that to me.
Either. I'm gonna roll for performance.
Alright.
But either way, like, whether that was told well or badly, I'm pretty sure it would get the same reaction, but I'll roll anyway for you. I got an 8.
You got an 8. Everybody's just looking at you like they're listening to the story. They're listening to the story. They're just appreciating that somebody is actually talking. Alright, I got one for you guys. Come here, sit down. Out in these woods, on a nice dark night, sometimes you can hear the howling of a woman. We don't know who she is or where she came from, but all we know is she wails and moans in the night, crying for a lover that never comes. How do we know this? Because we sent our boy Philly over here. He drew the short straw. Philly he looks over, he's scrawny, and he's just, I didn't really like any of it whatsoever. I just went up there and I saw her and she was there. This old ghost lady. She was yelling at me, just telling me to get off. Leave me alone. I, I didn't like any of it whatsoever. As soon as she started yelling at me, I turned around and ran back. Of course, Belle was, and the rest of them were just laughing their asses off at me, but I was really scared. And that's how we know that this is a true story. So on nights just like this, sometimes you can hear it. Well,
Hey.
that's the story.
Oh, keep your ears open, Spleen.
Yeah.
I'm sure you'll be able to hear.
So, a woman out in the woods. Okay.
Screaming for people to leave her alone, but also to get attention.
Yep. I like when
Sounds
they're
like a
hard
ghost,
to
yeah.
get. Yeah, I like when they're hard to get.
Of course you do.
This is actually fun.
At some point, I'm going to enlarge the skull during one of the stories and have Spleen pop out of the darkness behind one of them,
Oh my god.
wearing
Poor
the
Billy.
skull that's enlarged enough to fit.
Bryony has had just like not even a full drink at this point, but she doesn't drink often, so she's like, "Did I ever tell you guys about the one time people thought I was a ghost?"
No?
That counts as a ghost story, but no, you didn't. Please go on.
Well, it's my ghost story. It's a ghost story in a very literal sense. As you know, I used to just live in the woods, and sometimes I didn't take cleanliness into very much account. Not quite spleen level, but I wasn't fit for general society. And I discovered several species of moss just growing on me in patches. Are you writing this down?
Nope.
No? Okay. And so I just had a lot of moss on me for a period in my life. It was a phase. It was a look. And apparently several of the villagers from the village closest by to my area of the woods saw me and just didn't think I was real. So once when I traveled into the town, they started calling me Moss Man and said I was a local legend.
What?
And also is apparently a harbinger of doom, which that probably hasn't changed. But the rumors cleared up around the same time the moss did. You know, those teenage years, you get skin issues.
You know, I don't have anything for appearance yet. But maybe
What?
we can bring the Moss Man back eventually. We'll see when I learn more spells.
Ha 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 ha.
So the fire keeps blazing and growing down due to Howard's interventions.
Now, and Spleen's gonna pipe up after everyone's kind of gotten quiet. There's something that is kind of like a little bed story for the kids if they don't sleep. Especially for the naughty kids that don't sleep.
So you were told this a lot then, I assume.
Yeah, this one, one of many, but this one I've seen. It usually dwells in caves, mostly. And for many goblin kind, a lot of us are in caves. But usually around a certain age range, we're more delicious to this thing. And if it gets a hold of the succulent flesh of a goblin child, it is contagious for all the other little ones. So if one fucks up, all the others do as well. It starts as a little bug bite. It itches. Easy to think it's a mosquito. But it spreads till your whole body's itching and you just keep scratching and scratching your skin off. And if you touch the other kids, not the adults, it's fine. But for the kids, it just keeps spreading until you just want to peel your skin off. And then you start throwing up your bones. And you start throwing up your innards. And it's a huge mess. And then it still moves. And then it will move away and it'll eat your parents.
I gotta tune into your horror D&D campaign at some point.
Yeah. You've
It's so
seen
strange.
this?
Maybe. I don't know. I've just, someone was throwing up a lot and bones came out, and it's very similar to what it looks like.
And
They got pulled away into one of the huts, but I think that's what happened. What they say. I haven't seen the kid ever since.
you didn't eat the bones that they threw up, did you? Never mind, I don't want the answer to that.
Yeah. Another thing about it, though, is that they can all morph into one big, flesh-eating flesh blob. And that blob eats adults. So the kids get turned to this monstrosity that eats the parents. So it's important that they don't fuck around and find out.
There.
It was truly horrifying. Thank you, Spleen.
He's just writing in his notebook, congealed goblin children. Underline, question mark.
Well, they gotta be really, really tired. That's the thing, they're vulnerable. I think they gotta sleep. If you sleep, it resets and you're fine.
Make a perception check, all of you.
Uh-oh.
No,
Ominous.
that is crooked as fuck. 8.
I get a bonus to that. Was it perception?
Yep.
Oh, okay. That's better.
Right?
15.
Yeah.
13.
13.
I'm taking a while to do math tonight. It's a slow night for me.
Hey,
I
it's
feel
okay. Hey,
I feel like
we're
I
telling
have to
stories,
use
we're
my
having
fingers
fun.
for a second.
As Spleen is telling the story, you recognize that Greg and Philly are gone.
Oh.
You hear Belwaz chuckling in the background. Just like, you scared them good with that one.
Did they run off?
You just see Philly. No!
Well, another thing to add to that, I don't know if it's just goblins. I think it is true for any sort of young age creature.
You just hear
I
in the
don't think it
background.
discriminates.
Ah!
And it smells terrible.
You realize he's gonna have nightmares all night now. You realize that, right?
I hope so.
It's
Good.
the point of ghost
That's what we
stories,
aim
isn't it?
Right. It's getting kind of late, and you realize you've been going all day with this. It's now fairly late into the night. Of course, I say late. I mean it's 11 o'clock. It's late for me.
Oh, I was thinking 3 a.m. Yeah, we
Yeah,
have very
that's-
different
Yep. This is what happens
bars
when I
for
wake
what
up
we
at 6 in the morning.
Yo.
Yeah. But Standard watch times start coming in, and just because it is midsummer, they do have to get up in the morning.
I will take first watch because I am not tired.
Yeah. Well, and there's people still having jovial time, you know. Philly and Greg are gone, but Mer, Belwaz definitely are up with you. They're just enjoying the company, enjoying the time. And Belwaz, you gotta tell me a good story about where you done hunting, right? You've ever hunted before? No, no hunting.
No,
What about
not,
you?
not really.
He points to Hellster. Fancy pants. What do you do?
No, I'm more of a reader than a hunter. Uh,
You guys are missing out. Maybe next time you come up, you come with old Belwaz. He'll tell you how to hunt well.
Well, I might be decent at it. We'll see how well I can hide.
It's not about hiding. It's all about the tracking.
Hmm.
Depending. I realize I'm doing Raskan's voice on Belwaz. My apology.
It'll happen eventually.
It happens.
Maybe this is just a thing with that group. They just switch voices sometimes to see if people
my God.
notice.
I love it.
What about you, little lady? Have you ever been hunting? It speaks to Bryony.
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, all the time, every day.
Whoa, you just got to have a good story. Put you on the spot.
Oh no. You know, I was just thinking about a story I could get from my granddad for next time we play, because he actually does hunt in the woods.
Hey, that's all.
How
And
to think of one.
and you know what? If you can't really think of something, you can always just do like point form, like describe what you're trying to describe.
Yeah.
So just bullet pointed, so you don't have to be so super.
No, I know what you mean. I'm trying to think of well, I just tell a story about catching an animal with my bare hands once.
Ooh, how big?
I'll say fox. It was a fox that I caught with my bare hands because I tracked it through the forest for about half a day. And I would hide in the trees and imitate bird calls to throw it off the sound of a human nearby. Or not a human, I'm a half elf, but whatever. You know what I mean.
Yeah. Belwaz is just looking at you in absolute astonishment. Catching a fox with your bare hands? That's incredibly skilled. Hey, Raskan, we gotta take her on our next hunt. Raskan just looks. If the little lady wants to, that's for sure. And of course, it's the meat eater over there. He's just looking at Spleen. You're probably munching on something, right?
Yeah. On a rib. Me?
Yeah, she's kind of our designated hunter.
Yeah, she looks like it. You probably got a good story or two in there.
Yeah. I think one of my... Yeah, there's one, though. There's one. When I was on my own in the forest. Can't really remember where. I don't know. It all blends in together. Forest. This is way before I met them. Before I got to town. Have you ever seen something that was just... where your heart stops? Not in terror, but in awe that it's just something so otherworldly and beautiful. You just don't want to live anymore.
Maybe not to that extent. But I did see a griffin hunt and kill something. And that was a sight to see.
Whoa. Well, this isn't really along the lines of a griffin. It was a horse. It was a horse, and it looked like it was made of opal. It was beautiful. It was nighttime, and it just seemed like there was light. The moonlight was just making it shine and reflecting all these pretty lights on the trees and the leaves. It was grossly beautiful. It was disgusting.
Did it have a horn on its forehead?
Yeah, then you say that it did. And it was walking away, and there's a tree, and it went behind the tree. And you know, if something passes, you would start seeing it on the other side. No, it just disappeared. And that was it. The light was gone. Everything was gone.
You saw a unicorn.
Is it I don't know what that is.
Rascan looks to Belwaz. Belwaz looks to Rascan. Looks like the little monster over there. Saw a unicorn. Those fuckers can change between planes, you know that, right? You know what I'm talking about, right? Okay.
Yeah, yeah, I know. Well, your plates, plates.
Howard's just behind her.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. There are multiple planes of existences here. I know this because I kind of learned this at the academy there for a couple of years. It didn't take to me, but there was sometimes I actually did pick up a couple things, and the planes of existence were one of the things that fascinated me. But understanding the animals that can come in and out of those planes was so great, because if I could catch one of those, you know how much one of those things could fetch me?
Good luck.
There's a reason why I still live in the forest. I'm not hedging my bets on catching one of these things. I'm just doing what I do best. But I know they exist.
So I saw something really rare.
You saw something extremely rare.
I'm so awesome.
Now wait till you see the fire horses. Those are fucking crazy.
Fire horses?
Yeah, fire horses.
I think we've seen enough fire beings to last a lifetime.
Well, the wander horses aren't much better either.
No, we just call those a seahorse.
And then there's the bog horses, the kelpies. They'll drag you underwater. Speaking from experience.
Yeah. Also gotta watch out for the Rusalkans. But you would know that too. It sounds like you've been from a marsh as well, haven't you?
I've been around marshes. They're not my favorite.
Too many bugs. Dinks all the time. Always wet. Ugh.
Sounds great. Where do I go?
Well, there's one just south of Bonver. I mean, I say just south, it's about 400 miles. But, you get down there. You'll be a pig in shit. Bryony, you also recognize this is where you had grown up.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be a pig in shit. What?
No, you don't. Trust me.
I'm sure it has just as many bugs to eat as will eat you.
Giant bugs. Great ones the size of your head down there.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Well, how do they feel
Like I
about
said,
fire?
I
No.
know where we're going.
Not my favorite place. So, the conversation keeps going on. If anybody wants to keep RPing, by all means.
I got nothing.
You got nothing? So, the night keeps going on. 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m. Just revelries. Some people are starting to peter off, go to sleep. Others have already been asleep for the last 4 hours. Make a perception check, all the boys who are still awake.
7.
Nat 20?
23.
You hear
Got a 23.
it's very faint, but you hear the cry of a woman on the wind.
Ooh.
What happens up?
It's
I'll be
Spleen's
right
next
back.
romantic prospect.
Yeah. I want to get, Ghostbusters more like Ghost Bust. Girl.
Why do I do this sometimes? If I will make it, Spleen will be horny for it.
Don't go too far, Spleen.
Hey, we're accepting of monster fuckers here.
Absolutely.
Sorry, JT.
It's not a D&D campaign if someone's not horny for a mythical creature.
Steve. Oh my god, Breck.
Oh my god.
Hmm?
Is that ectoplasm where you're just happy to see me?
Are all the dudes from the camp, are they all still at the camp?
Yeah, they're still at the camp. They're Mur and Grek have gone to sleep. Philly's severely petering off. Belwaz and Raskan look like they can go another while. So they're just hanging out, still enjoying what's left of the goat.
At some point, I'm using alarm and circle around everyone.
Yep.
Righty.
And that happens.
Per
And
usual.
everybody starts doing the usual thing.
I have by now finished 1 drink of alcohol and have passed out.
Oh damn, she's out. Who is up?
Yeah,
Just relying on the goodwill of the others to stop Spleen from drawing on my face.
Who's still up? Billy just immediately falls right back out of his seat and he's out. Belwaz and Raskan are laughing. And it's like, he does this. It's okay. Just get him a blanket, he'll be fine.
Who's out there?
Oh, that story don't scare me.
I hear her.
What, do you actually?
Yeah, I heard her.
Aren't you just a sight for rare things?
She's calling me.
Good luck with that.
Who wants to check her out? Howard.
On
Come
fire.
on, Goose, or are you a chicken?
Belwaz
Nope,
just
I'm a
No
goose.
there's no way you're going to get me to do that.
I'm game if you're game.
I'm game.
Alright.
And Hal's looking up very groggy at this point. Like, I hear it too, but like,
You
I'll probably
look
hear it
tired.
tomorrow as well, so I'm going to bed.
Alright, Spleen, Howard, you doing this?
Sure.
Yep.
Alright. Who here has night vision? Who here has night vision?
I believe I have it.
dark vision or dim light, whatever it is.
Oh, you know what?
Yep.
I have dark vision.
60 foot.
I groggily wake up because I hear the screaming too and decide to follow along with them.
You're just
Bye, Hal.
Hal will be fine. I've
Yeah,
set
he's
up an
fine.
alarm.
He's with them. He's fine.
watch them freaking kidnap him and steal.
Good luck.
So you guys go out into the forests. When you start looking around, you're hearing on the wind. For the two rolled their good perception. You hear it, and it seems to be coming from the north. No, wait, the south. No, wait, the east. It seems to be kind of all around you, yet not.
Hmm.
And it's very faint. Still very faint. You're having a hard time pinpointing. What do you do?
Oh, ghost lady, woman of the night, please grace us with your. Just come over here if you're there.
Make a persuasion check at disadvantage.
Persuasion? Okay. Okay, that's a great roll. Let's see what the other one is gonna be. Okay. 15, just straight.
15, just straight.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody else make a perception check.
And
16.
should I have any modifiers because I'm still slightly tipsy? I'm just kind of like swaying where I stand. I just like being included.
Same.
Do it with a -2.
-2, okay. So
Like,
not
whatever-
like that tipsy. Well, I got an 18.
Well, yeah,
-2
so like,
is 16.
well, like you add your bonuses as is. You just -2 off,
Oh, okay.
off of every bonus. Because you're still quite perceptive. It's just you're not
Okay.
not
So
100%.
hang on. Let me do PEMDAS. So I rolled 18. My perception modifier is 8, so that's 26, and then -2 is 24.
Cool.
That's still good. I usually don't roll this well.
You hear the one. You hear one direct voice coming from the north. You both look. All of you look that way, and all you see is a ghostly shape shift between two trees.
Who wants me?
You don't see anything else.
Do you want to chase her down, Spleen?
I've just never seen a ghost. I don't know what to do now.
I've never encountered
start
one up
hearing-
close.
You start hearing the voice, but it starts sounding like it's going farther away. Farther away.
And I'm
Whoa,
still
come back,
swaying.
come back.
I'm still swaying in place. You should bring her flowers.
Oh yeah.
And I have
just love
plenty of spell
flowers.
slots open, so you know what? I'm gonna cast plant growth to grow some flowers so Spleen can bring them to the ghost lady.
Yeah. Oh my god.
I believe Druidcraft
God.
lets you do that too. Your
It's a
cantrip.
True.
spell slot. They're there for a reason.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
She's gonna do the whole, like, lick the fingers.
Oh no.
the 80s called. They want their goblin back.
Right.
I can definitely see like a modern Earth AU Spleen wearing like egregious 80s rocker fashion.
Yes! Oh, I would love to have a mohawk.
Yeah, so I cast plant growth and hand Spleen a bouquet of flowers.
All right. Okay. Okay. Put the charm on. Real heavy. Okay.
She's gonna go. She's gonna go towards the wind.
You're just
Hey,
gonna
I got
go.
flowers for you, lady. Dead lady.
Make a wisdom saving throw. This is just because this is like a fear factor thing. Just because you might act one way doesn't mean you still can't feel it.
Mm-hmm.
Wisdom.
You know, I never thought my life would bring me to a point where I'm playing Wigman to a goblin and a ghost.
I have another 15.
Another 15?
Yeah.
You're feeling that pit in your heart where the fear is, especially in the stomach. You're feeling it, but you're fighting it. You can fight it.
He's feeling it, Mr. Krabs.
Lust overpowers.
Oh my god. I'm scaroused. I'm scaroused.
JT, your face, I can't.
What's that? Screenshot. I'm sickened yet intrigued.
Yep.
Yep. Oh god. I have
Alright.
the was it the libido of a bard? Lady bard. Ooh.
So you keep moving forward, and step by step, stepping into the grass, the tall thickets. Avidly moving around trees because you can see them.
Should we make a stealth check?
That's up to you.
Excuse me. Oh wow. Sorry.
Nice one.
The nervy burps. Oh my god.
I'll make a stealth check just because I'm trying to keep a little bit of distance from her.
So she keeps moving forward. Left, right, left, right, left. You're not seeing anything. You're looking around, you're actively perceiving. And you're not seeing anything. After about a minute or so, you start getting frustrated. That's it. You're kind of done. You'd be dumb, but you'd be bored real quick.
Well, I'm just gonna put these flowers on this rock. You know, my love. Put it there. Set it down for you. So whatever you want, you can take it. You can take it whatever you want. You know where I am. You can find me. Alright guys, she's gone. This is boring. I'm tired.
And you guys head on back.
Yeah, Bryony's swaying quite a bit.
Yeah.
We
So
should
you guys,
not
We
let
both
her
have to
pass
have
out
each one
standing.
grabs one arm and like guides her back.
you gotta help.
Did
the
she
emergency
drink
driver.
one singular knows better?
This is why I don't drink.
So you just keep walking. You keep walking back, and you get back. Belwaz draped Halsterian in a blanket, a nice looking wool blanket. Raskan is it looks like he's about to peter off. It's been a decent long night, and so everybody seems quite comfortable with each other around. So everybody's just sleeping wherever they have their tents put up and their sacks are. I mean, Philly's just fall back, like straight back, just legs up, and basically like full rigor mortis while he's sleeping. Just a little twitch here and there. But so, if people want to take a watch, you can take a watch.
Yeah,
You don't.
I will.
Okay,
I will as well. Take a second.
right on.
I will not.
It's getting pretty close to sunrise anyway, so I think two of them will be more than
Bryony,
enough.
barely aware of where she is or what she's doing, crawls under the wool blanket and shares it with Falskallan and just songs out.
Oh.
Out of character, this is something I've done after some drinks.
Yep.
Fair.
So best way to do it.
Mhm.
So Howard has first.
Yes.
The skies are open. You see lights blazing across the sky a little bit. Nothing too fancy, but it was a good day. It was a really nice day. And with that, your couple hours go by, and you decide, it's getting close to sunrise. Might as well get some shut eye in. And you go wake up Spleen.
Go into a trance.
So Spleen, you're just sitting there, probably carving a little more of that hilt giant.
Yeah, in the process
bone.
of him waking me up, yeah, he gets a punch in the face. But, yeah.
That's why I usually hide behind the shield, but
You thought the drink would quell her?
mistakes were made.
So you're just sitting there, you're carving your thing.
Yep. Looking out for that woman.
You don't see anything. You're not seeing anything. And
Oh, she's just kind of
As
also looking at Hal and Brian and be like, "Oh, so cute."
as you're carving and you're looking, all you hear on the wind is, "Thank you."
Aww.
She blushes, and she kicks her feet. Probably waking them up by me yelling, "You're welcome," but I don't care.
So you keep on watching out, but there's nothing else. And the sun starts to rise, but people are still sleeping, so you might stay up a little later. Who knows? Or you might fall asleep, but fairly certain that nothing's coming out.
That's alright. That's alright. I'm pretty intimidated. I'm pretty hot. I don't blame her for being intimidated. Oh my god! I flirted with a ghost.
She's just fangirling to herself. Oh my god.
Like, are you doing this loudly, or are you just doing like your inner squeeze, like?
A mixture like the "You're welcome" is yelled, but then she's like to herself. Yeah.
Oh, oppose. You're a predator. You're strong. You're stone. Oh man, I can't wait to tell the nerds.
So about midday comes by and people are starting to wake up again. Whenever you guys want to wake up, I mean, how does sleep work with you guys?
Howard doesn't spend long because elf trance.
Yep. Alsterium?
He'd probably wake up around the crack of 10.
It's
The
a
crack
good
of
crack.
10.
Bryony?
I had a drink, so I'm still like starfished under the blanket. It takes me a while.
He's just like, all right, we're going. All right, time to drag her. And you're still just starfished as you're getting dragged by your foot.
And not to take anybody's, or not to RP for anybody, but somebody grabs the vial of like smelling salts around my neck and just like puts it under my nose to finally get me up.
Gotcha.
Probably spleen, yeah. Just
Yeah.
Yep. She showed me this. Don't worry, it's not chloroform.
As
She's
you do
already
this-
out.
As you wake up, Philly is still just out, just full rigor back, but it's fine. But Raska and Belwaz, Breck and Myrm, they're up and moving.
Give our farewells to them.
Yep. And they thank you for the midsummer night festivities.
Also, that ghost out there, she's mine. Don't y'all ever mess with her. Mine.
Beg your pardon.
Oh, you don't know? You know,
You
yeah,
had
you
one
missed
too
her a
many
lot
drinks.
last night.
I'm not even gonna tell you.
Don't you
It's
dare
my
tell
own
me you
dream.
actually
It's a great
found this apparition.
Uh-huh. Yeah. And she responded to me. We totally
Oh.
got it on.
Make a deception check.
Okay.
And Halsterian, make an insight check.
Don't bother.
Natural 20.
Oh, she got some ghost tang.
Not only did you roll natural 20, I have a -1 modifier on the 2 that I rolled.
You got a dirty one.
I got
Those
a
are so
31.
precious. Those are the most precious rolls ever.
Yep.
Halsterian, you normally don't believe her, but she's quite convincing this time. And she's like, she got it on, and you believe
Yeah.
it.
Can you see the eerie ghostly glow to me?
Maybe if I squint? I'm worried for you.
Why?
You don't know what ghosts can do to...
I know what she can do. Yeah.
I apologize for bringing it up.
So I'm
Horny
assuming this is
jail.
when you're walking and talking, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
I'll
It takes you a
take
little
that.
bit longer because Bryony's still waking up.
She
No,
had an
I'm
entire
steadily
drink, did
plodding
she?
along. I'm just not talking much.
Yeah, you're
Mm.
Just
zombie.
kind of
I'm having her eat stuff.
nudge her along
You're
if
just,
she
like,
starts to
handing
slow
me things
down.
periodically.
Yeah.
You do have to like put them in my mouth for me.
Yeah, here's a Newton.
Oh.
Sweet, you go through your bag, Swing? To get food?
Yeah.
You notice a flower in there that was never put there by yourself.
Aw.
That really pleases me, given Sarah. Oh god, I love flirting with death.
How long were you waiting for that one?
Not long.
Oh,
Oh my god.
Mm.
God.
Just imagine how much restraint it's taking her now that they've run into a mimic with Breck.
Oh my god. You have no idea. I wish I was the one in that pit.
So, alright. You guys keep walking along. You'll eventually get to Minnesota, and you end up at the Iron Bridge district, where you originally had left up on the north end. And now I'll actually read the description, what I had written down before I'd forgotten how to speak on my first session. Known for its heavy fortifications on the massive bridge leaving the city, the Iron Bridge district houses all the crafters, blacksmiths, leatherworkers, alchemists, and armories. The district has a special kind of soot covering the surrounding area, always leaving black dust following the wake. You see brickwork buildings into huge lot timber frames, along tight roads and narrow alleyways, bringing you to a center square a large and open pavilion, bustling with life and the smells of crafters and soot lightly dancing in the air. And as you're walking through, you also notice that the festival is up and running. There's lights everywhere. You also see posters talking about going back to the Noon Square, where the major festivities will be happening later. It happens to be a day from now. So go there by sunset, and everything will be up and running. Absolutely beautiful.
So if we don't have any urgent quests when we get back, maybe we attend the festival.
Party to party. Hmm?
That would be fun.
'Tis the season.
This is the season. And you're walking through. Spleen. You still see the soot, the soot marker that you left on one of the buildings.
Woohoo! Yeah. I was here.
Yep.
And to prove it even more, Hal,
I bring out the flower.
she gave me a flower back.
When did
Bryony,
this happen?
Bryony made her some flowers to give to the ghost.
Brian, that was brilliant. That was brilliant. Totally, you were totally my wingman.
And there's no way the
Is that a threat?
Just get a straight face.
there's no way that the apparently quite drunk Bryony could have put one in your bag by mistake as well.
Well, she passed out fairly quickly. I doubt it.
Yeah, she slept with you. I watched it. I watched both of you sleep.
I suppose that
Thanks,
checks
Queen.
out for you. Uh,
That's
Are we ready to get that cash money?
one way to phrase it, but yes, absolutely ready to get paid.
So you walk through the Iron Bridge district, and you make it back to the military quarter, just in between Noon Square, Mead Meadows, and the military district, where the guild hall is. You walk right up to the front door, and with that, I'm gonna call session.
Hang on, I was gonna kick it.
Alrighty.
alright.
Thank you everybody for coming out and staying with us tonight. I hope you enjoyed it. We also want to thank once again D&D Beyond and Heath at the Lucky Dice Cafe in Huntsville, Alabama.
Absolutely.
And so, I want everybody to have a good night. I want everybody to be safe. Wash your damn hands. Wear your mask. And remember, do you dare to imagine? Have a good night.
Where we go? Oh.